Leray and her father Benzino, they've been having some issues. Seems like ever since she started becoming popular, getting into the music business and stuff like that, like their relationship wasn't so good.
So we had 13. I lost my virginity very young, between 13 and 14. I started selling drugs. I dropped out of high school, 16, then finished ninth grade. Um, I, I always worked. I worked in sales and I had my own apartments. I ended up working. I'm so smart. I feel like I was born a genius. I swear. Yep. I don't have to speak on this ever again. He made it very clear that he never wants to speak to me again. So I just wish that you would respect that. Again, the interview was done in June. I haven't said anything since, but respectfully, I just wish that we could just kind of just keep everything offline moving forward. If you have anything to say, you can call Grandpa Tito, you can call my mom, just like how you called me last week asking for what you asked for. You could have just hit me direct. Like, I'd rather you just do that on a respectful level of just me being your daughter at the end of the day. Like, we don't gotta have a relationship, but I'm still your kid. It is what it is. So just respect the fact that what you're doing is not cool. Baby Zeno gotta see it. Taj gotta see it. Everybody gotta see it in the family. My grandfather texted me talking about he gotta get on his breathing machine because he gets so worked up having to see him go online and just create craziness for no reason, make up things, try to make it seem like I just don't. It just has to stop. And if you notice, it has been a pattern for some time now. A pattern since he went on Clubhouse and did the whole blick situation and leaked the fact that I had the record with Nicki, since he went and tried to downplay my album sales on Trendsetter, since he went and tried to, it just seems like every single time, instead of you congratulating me and be happy for me, you want to go online and try to use me to prove yourself to these people in this industry on why you feel like you didn't get the respect or whatever it is that you deserve. I don't want to be your clout kid. I'd rather us, again, just hit me offline, hit our family, and other than that, I'll never, ever, ever mention anything in any more interviews ever again. Reason why I came, when I got signed and when I came into the music industry, no one knew who my dad was. I never told anybody who my dad was, and that was something that I didn't want to do because of reasons like this. I just want to clear up the fact that that interview that I did with Andy was done back in June. That was almost 5.5 months ago. It's unfortunate that it came out now, but since then, me and him reconciled the relationship and tried. Instead of reaching out to me direct or hitting me direct and congratulating me on my nominations and, being nominated for the EMAs and, my Grammy nominations, and you don't call, you don't write, but you take everything to the internet and you try to try to downplay me, try to make it play victim, try to make it seem like I'm attacking you, try to make it seem like my intentions is to hurt you, and that's never the case here. I have a platform. I have a lot of people that look up to me, and I deserve to be able to speak my truth, and that's just a fact. And I don't have to get on here and lie about struggle. I don't think anybody wants to do that. I think that's corny. I have a mugshot. I asked my mom. I'm not gonna. We don't even want to put my other family in this because I think that's kind of not what I'm here for.
She says she slept in cars. Coin never slept in no f***ing car that I knew about. I had my daughter 5 months out the year. I was with her mother until she was 9, and I had her from 9 to 16. 5 months out the year, she'd be with me. She lived with me twice. She lived here in Atlanta with me, and she went to Campbell High School. I was a single dad, and I was taking care of my kids, all my kids, and her 2 older brothers by 2 other men that wasn't mine. So when I'm watching this, I'm just looking at somebody, she looked like she's almost brainwashed. She ain't never slept in no car and sold drugs and all this. I don't know why she's running with this narrative. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. I've never seen no shit like this. But the label's perpetuating it. The people who run the label, They're all perpetuating it. And then the sad thing is, like, the people who interview her, they're all down with it too. Angela Yee. Angela Yee in 1994 was a part of a group of people who wanted Dave Mays to step down from the magazine because he put an article about me and my group, the RSO, in the magazine. Angela Yee, 1994. Imagine that. So me and her never got along. Me and Angie Martinez never got along. Ever. They was biting Eminem's dick so bad that it was just, it was to the point where, she'd be on there interviewing with him and calling me that dude. So they don't fuck with me. So what is the worst thing to use somebody's child to manipulate them against him? She has children. She has a kid by the kid from Cisco's group. She wouldn't want to be involved with that. Nobody would want their kid to be led into questions to go against their parents, and that's what she did.
I remember coming home from school and it's an eviction notice on our door.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, it was hard to eat. My mom was picking up nickels and dimes. And then, I would see my father like online or whatever. He was, even when the Love and Hip Hop and all kind of shit was going, but at the same time, I'm like this. I'm like, yo, how you get to live this life and we over here struggling? But I'm looking at my mom like, why are you not going to college or something or trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just mad at the world. Like, what the hell is going on? So I realized I really had to separate myself. We done slept in cars, hotel rooms, one hotel room with all of us in it. I done sold drugs. I done worked at Dunkin' Donuts, fucking registers, A&P Supermarket, Palermo's Bakery. Like, I done it all. And I don't fault my father or my mom now. As I get older, I understand. But I don't know. I always wanted more. Like, there was no way I could sit in my living room and not know, like, what was next. That gave me so much anxiety. I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do in the next 2 years, 3 years. Where do we go from here? How do we, what's next?
When did that kick in, that voice?
After we done got evicted and went through our whole situation, it's like reality's kicking in. Like, nigga, it's life or death. Like, what are you gonna do?
And also, he was supposedly, asked her for some money. So people's looking at that, as if there's something wrong with it. Whether or not he's broke, if he's her father and he's on hard times, he should be able to ask her for some money.
And what I called you for? Yeah, I called you for some money. I made you. You didn't make me. Right, I called Ray and everybody else. I'm supposed to. Who the fuck else am I supposed to call? What the fuck is the matter with this generation of you kids, man? Y'all are Angie knew what she was doing. She don't like me. Angela Yee knew what she was doing. She don't like me. But you had no problem with disrespecting the fucking man that brought you here. I had you. You didn't have me. My career, I did fucking things. Amazing things. I'm proud of what you're doing, but Coy, you ain't done this shit or made the money that I made. You couldn't walk in my fucking Adidas for an hour. How can you get on here and say that you're a clout? I'm using you for clout. Coy, your first record was disrespecting me. Your first record that Universal allowed was you disrespecting your father. And that narrative of me not being there and you had to come out and sell drugs and you had to overcome all these obstacles. No. You was bad. Your mother sent you down to live with me in Atlanta. You couldn't cope with that because I wasn't going for the shit that she goes for and went for. So I don't know if there was some anger because of that. But that's all how I knew to be a father. How am I using you as a clout kid? Do you know, Coy, when me and your mother broke up, the $800,000 new house in Upper Saddle River, not Saddle River, we moved from the mansion to Upper Saddle River. Remember, I got indicted by the feds and I lost everything. I got indicted by the feds and I lost everything. Now, I go back to the street. Fuck the music industry. The street is there for me. I'll take my right back to Boston or any block in this country and get it. Because that's what I did. For real. But we started Hip Hop Weekly. We moved on. I moved to Miami. But I gave your mother a house. Now, before that, I was giving your mother $4,000 a month allowance. 4 G's a month for a few years. She could have took some of that money and saved it. She could have opened up a business. When I gave her the house, Coy, you, Taj, Kwame, and Marnie, when I gave her the house, like the 4 or 5 bedroom house, I was still spending $2,500 a month when we broke up. The mortgage was $1,800 a month. She said she couldn't afford it. I got no problems with Asia. I'm not disrespecting Asia. I'm not disrespecting your mother. But I'm telling my fucking truth because I'm tired of you lying on me and making... You don't understand, Corey, right? What I went through, like I represent a lot of in that town, in Roxbury, in Dorchester. But I can't let you come on the internet and ruin my reputation. How are you a clout kid? How am I using you for clout when I'm your storyline since day one? I thought it was over with. I thought after Rolling Loud, which you treated me like I was one of the fucking stagehands. It ain't no secret I'm not doing as better than I was, but I don't give a I don't care about, that's not what it is about me. Money didn't make me. I've had millions, and I've spent it on you, your mother, your 2 older brothers, Taj, and your uncle, Jason. Shout, that's my heart, paralyzed. I took care of everybody, and you knew that. Since No More Parties, you've been using me as your storyline, and you still doing it. You talking about your truth, that's not your truth. I struggled, I sacrificed, I sold drugs so you didn't have to. And I know that sounds cliche-ish, but in this case, that's how it happened. And your mother's not going to get on here and defend me because you take care of her. You tell me I've survived everything, but I'm going to let my daughter take me down? It ain't going to happen, CC. Princess. When you was 3, you had minks and diamonds on in Ray Ray's video, Shine Like My Son, where I brought other fathers and their kids. Stevie, Nori, Ja, where y'all at? Y'all supposed to be my fucking brothers. Say something. You was there when I was taking care of her. You seen what the fuck I was... Where the fuck are all my friends at that seen me taking care of this little girl and ain't saying